Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we are cooking pepper pork patties, PPP. Here's what we need. They're going to be quick and easy. It makes 4. So apart from these ingredients, which I'm going to talk you through in a moment, we're also going to need a frying pan, cooking spray, olive oil or whatever oil you like to cook in, a bowl, and an egg flip, plus a plate to put your peppercorns on, and a mortar and pestle. You'll also need a grater and a food processor. Come on in, I'm going to talk you through the ingredients. Okay, so you actually need more accessories and stuff than you do ingredients, so it's pretty awesome. So first of all, 500 grams of pork mince, which is here. 1 onion diced. Now, I made a silly mistake while I had the food processor out. I put that in the food processor, so that one was very strong, so it's made me a bit teary. 1/4 cup of grated apple. That is 1 apple. 1/2 cup of fresh breadcrumbs. I have wholemeal bread. I normally have multi-grain bread, or the grainy bread, but I thought the grains would be too weird in this, so I just brought wholemeal so I can have that. And then finally, 1/4 cup of coarsely crushed peppercorns. Now, peppercorns are obviously your whole black peppercorns. I've used quite a lot of those. So if you don't have a mortar and pestle, which is this little invention here, where you basically just put them in and give them all names and bash them up. It's very therapeutic, by the way. Once you've done that, I just thought I'd show you that. I'm not going to name names and who's dying by the mortar and pestle today. Pop that into there. So there was quite a lot in there. And if you're a bit short of it, don't worry, because unless you like a crap ton of pepper, that's already going to be pretty strong. Okay, so you need a bowl. So straight up, let's get into it, because it's dinner time. In goes your pork mince. In goes your diced onion, which I was too lazy to dice up, so I let the food processor do it. I wish I didn't, because it was really strong. Don't be lazy. We also need our apple and our breadcrumbs. So basically everything except the peppercorns are going into it. Okay. Clean hands. Give it a whirl. You can probably put it in the food processor if you want. It'll just mix it all. These are really easy to cook. You can either use your grill, a frying pan, or if you want to, you can get your barbecue. Pop them on the barbecue. If you're having a barbecue and you want to impress people with your fancy recipe, they'll be pretty awesome. I'm going to actually serve this up. So it serves 4, so it's 1 each. I'm going to serve it up in one of the bread rolls that I used on the previous episode. When I do things like that, I've got to think of ways to use things up. I'm not into wasting food, so I somehow make sure that everything gets used. Even if it means spending more money, and buying smaller quantities so I don't have leftovers. Okay, so those peppercorns onto a plate. And then with your pork mince, we'll get another plate. I was going to say we should be right to put it on that one, but we won't. Could be gross. Okay. So the way to do this, anytime I've got to divide anything into portions, I always actually divide it that way. So divide it in half and then divide each half into half again. They're fairly big patties, by the way. Feel free to make them into smaller patties if you want. Because they are fairly big. So they're actually more like a hamburger patty. All right. You're just basically pressing them into the peppercorns. And try and shake the excess off. You don't want too much peppercorns all over them. I'm going to just try and limit the area for the peppercorn. Oh, who am I kidding? They'll probably come off in the fry. All right, so flatten them. Press them in. Bob's your uncle. Away we go. All right. Beautiful. So if at this stage you don't want to cook them all, you could actually freeze them. But if I do freeze anything, I always like to have it nearly cooked so that all I've got to do is warm up. Because if I take this to work, while it's great to say, yeah, I could cook it on the grill plate, it could take me a while to cook it on the grill plate, although it shouldn't really, because if these are supposed to take 4 to 5 minutes each side, about how long it takes me to cook a hamburger. All right. And that one might have a peppercorn surprise in the middle of it. All right. Let's go get our frying pan ready. I can leave that one on there. Let's get our frying pan ready. Okay, so this one, we're just going to get it nice and hot. Can put these away now. All right. Let's bring our little patties over and get ready to fry. Okay. So about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. I'm hoping to get them all in together. See how we go. Alrighty. Pop your timer on. Although you'll sort of know when they're ready to turn because you'll start to see that they're cooking. So that stupid buzzer didn't go off, but they're definitely starting to look ready to turn over. I turned one over too early, as you do. So that's okay though. Just try and push them down a little bit, because that way that'll ensure that they do cook right through. And try again with the timer for 5 minutes. Okay, so these are nearly ready to dish up. As you can see, they're looking not very pink anymore. Give them a final flip just to check them, remove them from heat. And we're ready to dish up. Gonna move them off this onto another plate. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been pepper pork patties. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe so you never miss a moment. Bye.